This video will be a little bit different since I'm building a mining rig for a client. They brought me free graphics card and asked me to build a rig that could contain 6 cards in the future with some space to expand. So for now it will have 3 slots here. Mining rig frame has holes drilled for 8 slots actually, but since this is RTX graphics cards, they need some space in between, so this will be 6 graphics cards mining rig. So 3 will go here, will go from 1 PCU, and then the secondary PCU just for the future. Also we'll put 3 extra risers, the brand new risers. The future cards will lay somewhere here, 1, 2, 3 maybe, something like that. So we have Founders Edition graphics cards. Those are 2 3060 Ti's. Founders Editions are always non-LHR if they have an option in non-LHR. For example, here we have one 3070 Ti, and those were all LHR. So this one is also LHR. But we have 2 non-LHRs. Never had 3060 Ti non-LHR, so it will be interesting to see how they go. Since I will be building everything together, installing the mining software, we will use HiveOS for this one. And I will also look for the best overclock settings. So I will build everything up so it's ready to plug and play at home. So he would only have to plug it to the power sockets, insert the LAN cable, and it's fully working, ready to mine, ready to hash. So for the components, as I mentioned, we have 2 ChiefTech 1000 watts power supplies. We have this motherboard with 4 gigs of RAM. That's enough for the mining. It has some random processor which is the minimum needed for this motherboard to boot. This is Biostar TB85 mining motherboard, has 6 PCIe slots. You can probably make it to 9 if you use 1-to-4 splitter over here. And then we have 009S Plus risers, brand new risers in black color with armed slots and 8 capacitors. I'll just use those new since I have quite a few stacked. This mining frame is basically handmade. Bought it from the guy who makes them. Paid 40 euros for the frame. It's pretty firm, will do the job. And for the graphics cards, as I mentioned, Founder Editions, 2 3060 Ti's and 1 3070 Ti. For the storage, I will either use some HDD or maybe an USB flash drive, since HiveOS only requires 8 gigabytes of data, so flash is absolutely fine. It's enough to run. I also just started to zip tie everything here so it would sit firmly. Zip tie this part as well, and we'll continue with this, then the risers, and then the graphics cards. Then we'll install the operating system, plug it in, and then we'll show you the overclocks. Okay, now all the parts are sitting tight using the zip ties. It's from here. Motherboard is attached to 4 points at the sides, all the corners, and this one as well. So now it's pretty much ready to plug in all the cables to the motherboard and then unpack the risers and the cards and start placing everything together. Just installed iOS on the hard drive, using it through the hub that transforms it to an USB. That's just easier to connect to the rig. So Hive is on here, time to plug it into the rig and try to turn it on. So the hard drive sits here, plug it in here. This PCU is not connected to anything because for now we don't need the extra power. One PCU is enough to power all 3 cards. Now just need to plug this to the power socket and we can try and turn it on. So I just moved the rig to my mining room to test it out for the client and set up the overclock settings. So I just connected the LAN, connected the SSD. All the 3 cards are connected. All the ports on the motherboard are connected. So I think it should be good to go. Nice, first try, everything's spinning. LAN light up. So let's jump over to the Hive screen and see if we get any connection from this rig, basically, because we need to set up the fans, we need to set up the overclocks, we need to set up the miner, the wallet, and all of that good stuff. All 3 graphics cards shows up. So let's start by applying some overclock settings. For first go, we will just go with some presets. We'll just see if these overclocks give something around the hash rate that should give on these cards, and then if not, we will tweak them around. First, we need to set up the auto fan. I like to keep it at 70% minimum. Just do that, and then we need to create a flight sheet. Let's do that. Ethereum, test wallet. I'm using the Ethermine pool. And then for the miner, since we have a LHR card, which is 3070 Ti, we'll use the T-Rex miner. Gives the best hash rate for the time being on LHR cards. So that's that. Let's give it a name. Let's go. Now it should install the miner and start mining right away. So I'll just pause here and show you when we get a hash rate. Yeah, so here we can see all 3 cards giving around 60 mega hash, give or take 1 mega hash per card. Actually 3060 Ti non LHRs are pulling only 112 watts at the same mega hash as 3070 Ti at 170 watts, which is still good for 3070. I have 3070 Ti FGA cards which are going for around 190, so this is pretty good. So these overclocks seems to be running smoothly. I don't need to tweak them for now. Temperatures are good, mega hash is good, watts usage is good, so you can use these for reference. Also, if you have better overclock settings, just leave them down below and I will just check them out, and if they are better, I will just pin the comment to the top. Cat is checking out the rig. It's working perfectly fine. It's running stable, giving 60 mega hash per card. So it's a total of 180 mega hash per rig, and also these 2 takes around 110 watts each. This goes at 170, and then we need to add like 100 watts for the rest of the system, for the motherboard and the PCU. So that goes to 490 watts at 100 mega hash. So let's jump on the screen, check out the profitability for the end of the video. At that point, I'll just wait for the client to come and pick it up. It's running smoothly. It has room to expand in the future for the extra 3 cards. I'll give him the risers as well, so it will be good to go as soon as he gets the cards. And for now, as I mentioned, let's jump on the screen and just calculate the profitability. All the numbers into the Google spreadsheet. And here you can see the total mega hash on Ethereum network, 180 mega hash, and total watt usage is 490 from the wall. And then if we put these numbers into watt to mine, let's clear everything up. 180 mega hash at 490 watts. Hit calculate at $0.2 per kilowatt, because that's the price for electricity in my country. We get $4.37 per day after paying electricity costs. So let's jump back to the spreadsheet and insert this here, $4.37 after electricity. And here I asked the owner of the cards how much he paid for them, so we could calculate the ROI. So all 3 cards were purchased for 500 euros, which is equal to $647. Since we were calculating in dollars, I'll put all the prices in dollars. RTX 3060 Ti, Non LHR, RTX, that's one. And then for the remaining components like the frame, risers, motherboard, and PCU, he paid 500. Rest of the components 500. So he spent a total of $2,441 for the full rig up and running, and that will ROI 18.6 months. So that's 18 months and like 16 or 17 days. And that's considering that Ethereum will never go proof of stake, at least in this time of period. For the time being, Ethereum is being scheduled to go proof of stake in 2 months from now, so this will be even longer if you switch to different coin. I just let the rig run for the full day, everything's stable, the mega hash is stable, watt usage is stable, so it's good to go, ready to be collected by the owner. And as for the ROI, you just saw it's going up to 18.5 months, not considering that Ethereum is going to proof of stake in a couple of months from now if nothing changes. So at this point, I wouldn't really suggest buying new cards unless you can find them for a really good deal. For, let's say, these cards, if you find them for MSRP price, or basically any other cards which are from the newer models, if you find them at MSRP, that's totally fine, but anything above that I wouldn't suggest. But that's a topic for a different video. I will soon make some videos about profitability of the cards, how much they're making, how much time it takes for them to ROI, but as I mentioned, that's soon to come, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching this one, and see you guys in the next one.